kind of shit that absolutely drives me crazy and makes me never shop at a brand ever again. All right, here's the story. All right, so as you guys may remember, may not remember, really doesn't matter. I wear these white All Saint t-shirts. I bought like 4 of these t-shirts about 5 years ago. And the thing that I love so much about them was the fabric. It was really lightweight. It was really soft. The fit I really enjoyed, right? Not too tight, and the collar was a little bit funky, but whatever, right? And I've worn these things for like 5 years. I've washed them each literally like 300 times. I wear them all the time. Recently, they started to kind of fall apart though, all right? I've had them for like 5 or 6 years, and I'm like, all right, no big deal, right? I've gotten great use out of them. And so I decided to go and buy some new ones, right? And so I went to All Saints, and I went and I found this t-shirt. It is the organic cotton. It's the slim fit. I ordered a medium, and this is what I got. It is skin tight, and the fabric absolutely sucks. And I literally can't wear it. And it got me super pissed off, honestly, because this is kind of like one of those things that brands will do when like they've got a great product, you know, it's known for, you know, high quality, but then over time, because they're trying to make their margins and they're trying to basically squeeze every penny out of the customer, they reduce the quality, they reduce the craftsmanship, and basically they're charging the same price. This t-shirt was literally like $70, and it is a piece of shit, and I literally will never buy from All Saints again. But it's not just All Saints. There are a lot of brands that when I first started, you know, in men's style and shopping that I really loved. And then over time, it's just gotten so bad. The quality, the price hasn't moved, or it's even gone up. And I feel like I'm getting robbed. Today, guys, I want to go over some brands that honestly, I will never buy again. I also, though, at the end of the video, will tell you some of my brands that I still love that I think really do a good job in terms of quality. This is not a sponsored video in any way, shape, or form. And that's the thing. It's not just about the price. All right, I'll spend like a lot of money on things if I feel like the quality is there. The problem is that these things and these brands that I'm going to talk about, the quality is just not there, but the price stayed where it was, all right? All right, this is the next one. All right, Ted Baker. I got this jacket like 8 years ago, and it was amazing. All right, it still is. Incredible quality, incredible craftsmanship, great fit, great detail. But now, Ted Baker, it absolutely sucks. And then I did a little digging, a little scratching beneath the surface, and I found out that in 2020, like 2 or 23, they basically like sold, and now they just do like licensing. So you know who makes Ted Baker shoes? Aldo. You know how great Aldo shoes are? Exactly. Zero great. They suck. Next thing that sucks. And I'm pissed. Manscaped products. And here's the deal. Like, yes, it serves a purpose, but I basically know how much this shit costs to get made and what they're charging for the quality. It's absolutely ridiculous. They are getting rich and you are getting screwed, in my opinion. Next up, Tom Ford. Tom Ford glasses, Tom Ford clothing. Again, the price, yeah, up here. The quality is like good, not great. All right, something else is Ray-Ban, since we're talking about sunglasses. Ray-Ban quality isn't that great. The price is not like super premium, but it's also not like super cheap. I know what it costs to make sunglasses, and a pair of Ray-Bans probably cost them $17 to $15. Because of the scale, it might be even cheaper than that, and the quality just isn't there. Next up is Yeti. All right, Yeti does a great job of making you think that their canteens and water bottles are worth $50, $60, $70, $40, like whatever. It's not. All right, this is one that I recently got and I absolutely love. It's called Mana. It was like 20 bucks. Works just as well. The next thing is fragrances, all right? Premium fragrances, you are getting robbed. 15 bucks. I would go out on a limb and say that this bottle of Creed Aventus that retails for $500 costs them $15, including the packaging. When it comes to fragrance, the package is the most important and expensive part of the process. The stuff that's in there, it is oils, it is alcohol, and it is not worth $500. When I decided to actually develop a fragrance, I got quite the education in terms of what the industry is basically doing, and that is robbing people, honestly. And that's why I was so excited to create Rebel, guys. It's not a copy or clone of Creed Aventus, but it is heavily, heavily, heavily inspired. If you want to get a ton of compliments and you don't want to spend $500 for a bottle, I've got a link down below to Rebel. Right now, for a limited time, you're going to grab this for $30. You're also going to get a travel refillable sprayer, the way that it works, which is super awesome. Just pop that top off. And then on the bottom of the refillable sprayer, you're just simply going to place it on top and pump that bad boy up. And what you're actually doing is filling up this little reservoir inside, all right? And then when you're ready to use it, all you do, pop off the top and give yourself the business. Guys, $30 right now, limited time if you want to grab this deal. But if you already have Rebel, we also have the same deal with Icon, which is inspired by Millésime Impériale, another Creed fragrance that we were heavily inspired by, that literally is like dead on in terms of an inspiration fragrance. It's fresh, it's light, it's perfect for the summer, and you're gonna get a ton of compliments, all right? Next thing you're not gonna get compliments on, and that link is down below, is your Hugo Boss suit. Hugo Boss used to be synonymous with high quality, sexy styles. Yes, it was a little bit more expensive, but it was there in terms of the premium fit, feel, the fabric, the construction. It was all good until it wasn't. And then it got really bad. Something else that got bad was Lacoste. And here's the deal. Lacoste in terms of quality isn't horrible, but what you're paying for is that little embroidered like alligator, all right? The fabric is literally like a peak cotton, like you're gonna get at Old Navy for a polo, except you're gonna spend $80, $90, $100. And personally, I feel like they are absolutely taking you to the cleaners, all right? Something else that you probably shouldn't take to the cleaners is anything polo, all right? Ralph Lauren has a bunch of different like lines, right? They've got RL, all right? I think I actually have this right here, the sweater, all right? It's got a label, RL. This sweater is really nice. Ralph Lauren has different tiers, right? At the top is RL, and then you've got, you know, Ralph Lauren, I think it's like Purple Line, and like everything down to like Polo. And the truth is that every level is kind of geared towards a different like demographic and price point. But all of the price points are high, and all of the quality, even though like some of the higher end is good, it's not worth it in my opinion. Something else that's never worth it is Louis Vuitton. All right, Louis Vuitton is nothing more than canvas wrapped in plastic. It's not even leather. And that's the thing. You're caught up in the hype. You're caught up in the branding. And because people think, oh, it's super premium, it's a shit product, in my opinion. For the price, it is definitely like not even in the stratosphere of reasonable. It's ridiculous. Zara. Whoa. You want to talk about getting screwed with a capital? Screwed. Zara. All right. It's fast fashion at its finest, or I should say worst, but the price is actually expensive. If you're gonna go fast fashion, H&M, they're not trying to fool anybody, right? You know that you're getting a shit product, but you're not mad about it because you're only paying $5. But something else that I've noticed is that the H&M quality over time has dropped. It used to be, I would say probably like 7-8 years ago, H&M clothing for the price you're paying was pretty decent. And I had some stuff like tank tops and some shirts, my denim jacket that lasted me years that I still wear to this day. But a lot of the stuff that I've gone and I looked at recently, it's literally like throwaway clothing. You wear it once, twice, 3 times, you dry it a few times, and it's destroyed. Pretty much any shoe you're gonna find at a place like DSW or a department store. These shoes these days, in terms of the quality, is so bad. It is so bad for what you're actually getting. The price isn't super inexpensive, but the quality is just terrible. I remember being able to go into like a DSW or a Macy's and find like some really great shoes that were built well, you know, wasn't crazy expensive. Now, it's all the same price, but the quality is absolute dog shit. Top Man, terrible. All right, I'm just saying, I don't think it's good at all. Calvin Klein, another one. It used to be premium. It used to be like, oh, my Calvin Klein like underwear. Now, it's just cheap. And one of the reasons why I'm so sensitive to this is like, Pete and Pedro, right, our costs have been going up year after year. Every year there's an increase. 5% this year, 20% the year before, like depending on, whether or not it's packaging or raw ingredients or shipping, like our costs have like skyrocketed. But I've been so reluctant to actually raise the price because I just don't want to do what everybody else is doing. And so even though I am making less money, I feel like I am offering a great product at a good price. And so I have always resisted raising prices whenever possible. All right, so those are just some of mine. I want to know though, what is a brand, it doesn't matter if it's clothing or grooming or tech or whatever, that you feel you are absolutely getting robbed if you buy it, all right? A few that I don't. I feel like these products or brands are absolutely worth the money. Pete and Pedro, T. Shanley, just getting it out there, they are. High quality, premium product, great price, all right? Suit Supply, another one. They really invest in high quality garments, great fabric, good construction. I feel like they're amazing. Also, all right, my boys over at Collars & Co. Another one. They crush it. Their polos, their knits, their products, crazy premium. The price isn't like zero or like super cheap like you're gonna find at like Target, but the quality is there and the fabric is there. And that's the whole thing. When you buy and invest in a premium item, it's gonna last you a long time, or it should. If it doesn't, there's a problem. And I feel like Collars & Co. really absolutely crushes it. They're doing an incredible job, but it's not the cheapest stuff. Also, another brand that I really love right now until he sells out, which I'm sure he's gonna sell out, is a brand called Todd Snyder. Really impressed with the quality, really impressed in the styling, the fabric, and the construction of their clothing. I bought a few things. I bought denim that I really love. I bought sweaters that I think are great, and some pullovers. Also premium in my opinion. Something else. They've been in the news lately. Lululemon. I truly feel like Lululemon does a great job in terms of the quality of their garments. Even though they're not cheap, it lasts literally like for years. I have like 5 pairs of these like black joggers from Lululemon. They still look as good as the day that I got them. I wash them, I dry them, I wear them like all the time, and they still hold up. Their t-shirts also, they don't stretch out, they don't get like all pitted out. They're really high quality. Now I know that they've got like some like funky possible ingredients, like something like forever chemicals, but maybe that's why they last literally forever. And if that's the reason, well, then I'm not mad at them. Rolex, my boys over at Rolex. I love them, period. I think the quality is amazing. The price, I think it's expensive, but you get what you pay for. They're not cutting corners in terms of trying to make the watch cheaper so that they make more margin. And that really, at the end of the day, is what it's about. If you're gonna raise your prices, make sure that the quality is still there. And I'm not mad at you for doing it. I understand. What I don't understand is when you do shit like All Saints. You basically totally reinvent the product that a customer has gotten used to consuming. And so when he gets the new one, it's like, okay, I'll never shop from you again. I have no idea if they've reduced the quality of their leather jackets, which I also used to love, but guess what? I'm not buying them anymore.